This is lesson 5.4, graphing linear equations. It is very similar to what we did yesterday. I am going to go over the warm-ups, so go ahead and pause the video. When you're done with the warm-ups, turn the video back on. Okay, the warm-up here, we have to distribute the negative 2. Negative 2 plus 12x equals 10x minus 16. I have to distribute the negative 2 here also. We always want to move the smallest number with an x. That means I subtract 10x to both sides. So I have negative 2 plus 2x equals negative 16. Now I add 2 to both sides. 2x equals negative 14. Divide both sides by 2. X equals negative 7. Okay, this is what we're doing again today. We're graphing equations. So there's just one tiny little difference, and you already know how to do it. So there's only one minor thing I'm going to teach you. It's if you only have the y, it's a horizontal line. If you only have the x, it's a vertical line. That's all I'm teaching you today. So let's review how to graph this. First step, identify your slope and y-intercept. My slope is negative 2 over 3. My y-intercept is negative 2. So at negative 2, I put a dot. I then go down 2, and now I go 3 to the right. Not left, I go 3 to the right. And I go down 2, 3 to the right. Now, after I connect my dots, I ask myself, is that a negative slope or a positive? And myself said that's a negative slope. Then I look at this number. Is that negative or is that positive? Myself said that's negative. So negative slope, negative slope. I did my final check, so I should be fine. X1, X2, Y1, Y2. Those get crossed out. I now make my boxes with my minus sign in between. Y2, 0, Y1, 1, X2, negative 1, X1, 3 equals negative 1 over negative 4. If you put that on the test, it's wrong, because negative over negative is a positive. My slope equals 1 over 4. Okay, number 1, you know how to do. We went over it in the review. I'm not going to go over it now. However, this hint, if your equation is in slope-intercept form, your slope and your y-intercept are identified. Slope-intercept form looks like this. If it is not in slope-intercept form, rearrange it so that it is. Then you can identify your slope and your y-intercept. So the question is this in slope-intercept form? Is this in slope-intercept form? Yes, I know it's in slope-intercept form because my y is isolated. Is number 5 in slope-intercept form? No, I know it's not in slope-intercept form because my y is not isolated. So now I've already showed you how to isolate it. Let's just go ahead and do it again. 3x plus 2y equals negative 8. First thing I have to do is move my 3x. It's positive, so I subtract it to both sides. My 3x's cancel on the left. And can I add negative 8 or subtract negative 8 and negative 3x? No, they don't both have an equal sign. So I get 2y equals negative 3x minus 8. You must put the number with a letter first. Now, I'm simply going to divide everything by 2. 2's cancel out, become 1. Y equals negative 3 over 2x minus 4. See here, if you look at it, you just go, oh, the number next to my x is my slope. No, my slope is not 3. What's my slope, kids? Negative 3 over 2. What's my y-intercept? Negative 4. You must isolate the y in order to be able to get your slope and your y-intercept. Now I graph 1, 2, 3, 4, put my dot. Now I'm supposed to go down 3. Can I go down 3? No. So instead of going down 3, what am I going to do? I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I went up 3, which way do I have to go for the 2? Right or left? Do not go right. Watch. This is wrong, but watch. If I go to the right 2, look at the slope of my line. Is that slope positive or negative? Positive. But is my slope supposed to be positive or negative? Right. That tells me it's wrong, Bob. So I go back and I put my line, my dot at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. Now, if negative 3 over 2 cannot be done because we understand fractions, if it's negative 3 over 2, it could also be 3 over negative 2. Either one of these is viable. So instead of going down 3, I'm going to go up 3. Now that makes my 2 negative, so now I have to go 2 to the left. That's where my dot is. Up 3 over 2, put my dot. Connect my line. Is my line negative? Is my line negative? Is my slope negative? Good to go. Now that you already were taught how to do that. I haven't taught you anything yet. Let's go to number 8. Now I'm going to teach you something. This is memorization. This is one of the most missed questions on the test because you guys don't memorize things. If you only have y equals, it's a horizontal line. If you only have x equals, it's a vertical line. Why is y equals a horizontal line? Because this really is y equals 0x plus 3. What's 0 times x? What's 0 times x? 0. 0 times anything is 0. What's 0 plus 3? 3. Somebody today told me 0 plus 3 is 0. Isn't he adorable? 0 plus 3 is 3. That's why y equals 0x plus 3 is really y equals 3. Why is it a horizontal line? Well, 3 is my y-intercept, isn't it? So I go to my y-intercept, make my dot. What's my slope? It's 0 over 0. So how many do I go up? How many do I go over? Yeah, it's a flat line. There's no slope to it. The floor you walk on has a 0 slope. Y only, 0 slope. So y equals negative 2. Y is always negative 2. I go to negative 2. What kind of line am I going to draw? Not straight. I always draw straight. Well, I always draw crooked lines. I draw a horizontal line, remember? Horizontal lines lie down. Now I get to number 11. What are you laughing at? Number 11, x equals 2. Well, now you're going, oh, well, your slope is 0. No. Vertical line, my slope is undefined. What does that mean? Well, that means I have something like this. Y-intercept does not exist. What do you mean it does not exist? My y-intercept does not exist. Why would my y-intercept not exist? Because it's a vertical line. I go to 2. I draw my vertical line. Where is this going to cross the y-axis? It's never going to cross the y-axis. It's parallel to the y-axis. My slope is undefined. That means my slope, undefined. That means my slope is some number, some fraction, with a 0 on bottom. Put 3 divided by 0 in your calculator. What does it tell you? No, it doesn't. It tells you error, right? 0 cannot be on the bottom of a fraction. It makes the fraction undefined.
I got 0.
Well, then you put it in wrong. It's undefined. This is the wall. This wall right here is undefined. Who's the only one that can walk on this wall? Spider-Man. And he walks in his underwear because it is undefined. So only Spider-Man in his underwear can walk on the wall. Everybody can walk on the ground because the ground's flat. Only Spider-Man in his underwear can walk on the wall. So x equals undefined. Vertical line. Y equals 0 slope. Horizontal line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. Have a great day. If you have any questions, please come in and ask.